today let's try to solve another Leetcode problem. 309. Best time to buy and sell stock with cooldown. Let me explain a little bit about this stock Leetcode problem. Normally for the buy and sell stock, we have a restriction. So the constraint is after you sell your stock, you cannot buy stock on the next day, i.e. cooldown 1 day. So it means like this. So you can buy and sell. You can buy one and sell on the second day. You get a profit of 1. But you cannot buy this 3 because after you buy, you have to wait for 1 day. So this is the cooldown. Now you can buy this 0 and the next day you can sell it and you get a profit of 2. So finally you get a profit of 3 in total. So this problem is similar to other stock problems, but only the difference is there is a cooldown. Now let me explain it in whiteboard. After that, I'll go to the code editor to finish the coding. Now let's go to the whiteboard. Normally, for solving this problem, we can use a binary decision tree or we can use a state machine. I'm going to talk about both of them, and then I will use DFS plus memo to solve the problem. Now let's try to check the decision tree. So normally from the beginning, we have the decisions. So for our stock problem from the beginning, so I just draw a circle. So this is from the beginning. Now we are going to take decisions. From the beginning, we can take a decisions of buy or cooldown, but we cannot sell because from the beginning we have no ticket, we have no stock. Why we can sell it? So we have to buy or cooldown. Cooldown means wait for 1 day. So if we buy it, we goes to B. So here this B means buy and this C means cooldown. If we go to the buy, so currently we are in buy state. So for the next step, we can sell it or we can still be cooldown. Because even we buy it, we are not going to sell it immediately. Maybe we need to wait for 1 day or 2 days. So it will be a C and here will be a S. Because S is the sell. So when you buy it, you sacrifice a little bit money for the price. And when you sell it, you increase your money because you get a profit. Now let's consider the cooldown. For the cooldown, you can still be cooldown or you can buy it. Why? Because currently you have no stock. And then you go to cooldown, you still have no stock. So it means after this C, the state will always be cooldown and buy. Because after you sell it, it will be the cooldown. So it means after the cooldown, it will always be the cooldown and buy. Now let's check the sell. So after you sell it, for the first day, it is cooldown because you have to wait for 1 day for here. Now, after the cooldown, you can still make 2 decisions. One decision is still cooldown, another decision is buy. Because up to here, you've already sell it. You have no ticket. Why you can still sell it? Because this cooldown means you have no ticket. You have no stock. Why you can sell it? So you cannot. It means you have to be cooldown or buy. So this is for the decision tree for solving the problem. So for the decision tree, from the beginning, it means I will use a holding or not holding. Here, holding means I hold a stock. Not holding means I didn't hold. So from beginning, I didn't hold a stock. So what I can do, I can buy a stock or I can cool down, still wait. If I buy a stock, means I'm holding a stock. If I'm holding a stock, what I can do, I can sell or cool down. If I sell it, I will go to cool down immediately. But for the next day, I'm gonna be cool down or buy. So this is basically the decision tree. But we can also solve this problem using state machine. So for the state machine, inside of the circle, it's a state. So the circle B means the buying state. So this circle C means the cooldown state, and this S means the sell state. So currently, we can go to which state? We can go to buying state or we can go to cooldown state. Because from the first day you have no stock, you cannot sell it. So it means from the beginning, you can go to the buying buy-in means not holding. Buy-in means you will hold a stock. So you can go to the buy-in stock or you can go to the cooldown stock. Yeah, so this is like what you can do. So when you are inside the buy-in stock, yeah, when you are in the buy state, let's make it a state. So this is a state. You can go to the sell state. You just need one step. You can go to the sell state. Yeah, from the buy state, you can go to the cool down state. Just use one step. So this is why I have two arrows from here and here. So this is transformed from the buy-in state. Now, if you are in cooldown state, you can still inside the cooldown state. So this I make a circle like this. Or from the cooldown state, you can go to the buy state from here. But you can never go to the sell state. Yeah, because as I already explained in the decision tree, if you are in cooldown, it means you've already set it. You have no stock, so you cannot go to the sell state. Yeah, so this is for the buy-in state and cooldown state. So if you are in the selling state, for the next step, you will go to cooldown. For the next two steps, you can go to buy-in state because this is one step, and for another step, you can go to the buy state. Yeah, basically, after analyzing these two method. So one is the state machine, another is decision tree. You can solve the problem. Now let's analyze something. If you go from the sell state, go to the buy-in state, how many steps you need? This is a sell, this is a buy, so two steps because here is one, here is another one. So if you go from the sell to the cooldown state, this is a sell, this is a cooldown. How many steps? You need one steps, right? And when you go from the buy-in state, go to the cooldown state, it is one step. And when you go from the buy-in state to the sell state, it is still one step. Now, if you are into the cooldown from go to cooldown, it is one step. And from cooldown to buy state, it is one step. But from the cooldown, you can never go to sell directly. Only you can go to buy, and to sell, you need two steps. Yeah, so it means for one step from the cooldown, you cannot go to sell state. You have to take two steps. Yeah, so this is just for analyzing. But for our coding, we just need to take care of the holding or not holding. If I am holding a stock, it means I have a stock. I can sell it or I can keep the holding state. Or if I'm not holding a state, so I can buy it or I can keep. I'm not holding the stock. Now let's go to the code editor to make it more clear for the two methods. Basically, the two methods can be used by the DFS plus memorization. So I'm going to use n equals to the length of the price. This is just for calculation for later. Now I'm going to use a cast because I have to use the memorization because basically this is a DP problem. We have to, so for the DFS, I have to use memorization. So I need to define the function first, DFS, and inside the DFS, I need to have the first index. It means I'm going to check the stock one day to another day, one by one. So it will be I, and inside I'm going to give a variable holding. So this holding means currently, if I'm holding a state, it means I can do something. If I'm holding a state, it means I can sell it or I can keep holding. Yeah. Now, for my function call, I just need to call from the 0 to false because from the beginning, I'm not holding the stock. Yeah, so this is according to the description of the problem. From the beginning, I didn't hold. Yeah. Now, we can check for the DFS function. So if I more than or equal to n, it means out of the boundary, we're going to return a 0. Yeah, because if we go out of the boundary, we need to return something. Finally, we return the values of all the stock. Yeah, all the profits we get. So if it is out of the boundary, we're going to return a 0. Otherwise, we're going to check the two states. So if it is not holding, so let's first check not holding. Yeah, because from the beginning, I'm not holding it. So here, the holding from the beginning is false. It's not holding means true. So if I'm not holding, what I can do, yeah, if I'm not holding, I can buy. So I will give a state buy. So the buy will be the DFS. For the next one, it will be I plus 1. Yeah, so because this is for the next day, and inside it will be, let's check, it will be true or false. Yeah, so this true or false means holding. If I buy a stake, it means I'm gonna hold it, so I will have a true. Because from the beginning, this holding here is a false. Yeah, if I buy this stock, it means I can hold it in my head. So this means it will be true. Yeah, because I've already bought the stock, so it will be true. And then I need to pay some money for the stock. So it is the price is I. So this is for the not holding. And another condition is holding. If I hold the stock, I can sell it. Yeah, so I will give a sell state. So if I sell it, I have to use I plus 2. It means I have to wait for 1 day. So this is for the cooldown. Yeah, for the cooldown, I have to wait 1 day. This is why for the sell, I need to use DFS I plus 2. Because only I plus 2 can go to the next state. So next state is not holding. So inside, I'm gonna give a false. Because if I sell it, it means I have no stock in my head. So I have to give a false. It means not holding. Now I will get a profit. So the profit is process I. Yeah. But no matter which state I'm holding or not holding, I will still have a cooldown state. So the cooldown state will follow in the current state. If the current is holding or not holding, I will keep the current state. So for the cooldown. So I have another state, it is cooldown. So the cooldown will be the DFS I plus 1 with the holding. So here cooldown cannot be, here inside cannot be true or false. Yeah, it must be following the current state. If you want to give a true or false, you have to put it inside. If you put it outside if else, you have to give the holding state. So it means if it is not holding, my cooldown will still be the not holding. If it is holding, so my cooldown will still be the holding. Yeah, it means my cooldown state keeps the current state. So this is just for the meaning of cooldown. For the cooldown, I cannot get any profit, so I don't need to plus or minus any prices. So this is for the cooldown. But for each of the date, I need to update my result. So if it is in the not holding state, I have to check the maximum of cooldown. So maybe cooldown is the maximum, or maybe buy is the maximum. Yeah, I don't know. Now, if it is in the sell state, I need also to keep checking if it is cooldown or sell. I need to check the maximum. Finally, I just need to return the result. So this is basically the entire code. So here we need to analyze why we need to check this result. So for each of the state, if we are not holding, so we have a buy state and we have a cooldown state. Yeah, but we don't know which one is the maximum. This is why we need to check the result with the maximum of cooldown and buy. And here for the maximum of cooldown and sell. Now let me run it to check if it works. As you can see, it works. Now let me submit it to check if it can pass for all the testing cases. As you can see, it passed for all the testing cases, although it is not so fast, but that is just 60 milliseconds, and for the holding, it is just a Boolean value, so the time complexity is just ON, because we use the memorization, we use the cache. Yeah. Now let's analyze about this one, why we use the result for the maximum of cooldown. Yeah. So for the maximum of cooldown for that state, it means we go to that state, we keep it there, keep it to the cooldown, so it has a value. And for the buy, actually, for the buy state, if we choose this buy state, we will still go down until the next day, because we are not sure if our decision for the cooldown is the maximum, or for the buy is maximum. Because this cooldown doesn't mean we stay there, don't do anything. Maybe we are here, we stay here at a cooldown. Yeah, we at a cooldown state. But finally, our result is 3. So for here, the cooldown is the maximum. Yeah. And maybe we can also have another decision. We can do a buy. Maybe buy for our decision of buy is the maximum, because we never know which one is the maximum. Similarly, for the cooldown and sell, it's also the same. For the cooldown, it doesn't mean at this state I will. It just means at this date today I will have a cooldown. But for all the days I will continue. Maybe I have a final maximum result. Or today I can sell it, and for the next few days, maybe I can have a maximum result. I hope we understand like that. Thank you for watching. If you think this is helpful, please like and subscribe, because I will use this template to prepare all the best time to buy and sell stock problems. In Leetcode, there are 6 problems, and all the 6 problems can be used like this kind of a template to solve the problem. You just need to change a little bit to solve all the Leetcode hard problems or easy problems or medium problems for the stock